Hello and welcome to another show today, the Over Under Show. It's Thursday, so we've got Lee Phelps on the line, we've got Stuart, and we've got Jason Mills. So we're going to run through the Over Under total goals for the Premier League taking place this weekend. Guys, thanks for being here today.
No problem. Yeah.
All right, so who's got the results? Stuart, have you got the results for last week?
I've always got the results. So let's start with the guy at the top, Jason Mills, 2.15 profit.
Thank you.
Then there was me, 2.15.
Excellent.
Somebody monitoring these.
5 out.
Stuart's not cheating.
Jason's got a copy of this as well, I'm sure.
Okay.
Then I came next with a very slight loss. And then we had joint third place, or was that joint fourth place? I can never tell. Minus 3.33 for you two, so not your best week.
Well, we had to give it. Lee's won what, like 3 times in a row now. So yeah. I think it's time he passed the bat for a bit.
This is the last time I copy your selections. I'm not doing that again. Okay? No way. Not fair.
All right, well, listen, let's get going here. Saturday's matches, Southampton versus Tottenham. Southampton are slightly favourites here, even with not beating Spurs in their last 5 head-to-heads. We're going to start with you, Stuart. Over or under 2.5 goals?
Well, normally I'd go for an over because it's a Tottenham game and Tottenham score and concede loads of goals. But I've got a feeling that Southampton's mean defence is going to win the day on this one. So I'm going under 2.5. I do expect Tottenham to win, but I don't expect them to win by a lot. So probably a 1-0. But I'd take that.
Okay, so you're going for the under here. Lee, what are you going for, over or under?
Yeah, the same. It was 1-0 in the reverse fixture, wasn't it? I think Eriksen scored. Wouldn't mind seeing him score again, actually. I think Southampton, when you look at their games, they're brilliant defensively, as we know. Second best home defence in the division. I've looked at their games against the top 6-7 opposition, and they tend to concede to midfielders rather than strikers. I think Van Persie got 2 against them for Man U, but I think he's the only out-and-out striker who scored against them of the top 6 teams. So, yeah, Eriksen to score. I think unders as well. 1-0 either way, maybe.
Okay, Jason, last week's winner, what are you going for?
I'm agreeing with the guys here. I'm going under as well. 9 out of 10 of Southampton's last matches have been under. I looked at some other stats as well. They're sort of very mixed. You can go either way. Close match. But on the balance of recent form, I'm going to pick under.
Yeah, I'm going for the under as well. That's got the slight shorter odds there, 1.8. The over is priced 2. Who do we think is going to win that match? Has anybody got? I know Stuart's going for Tottenham. I'm kind of feeling Tottenham as well. I don't know.
I'm worried by Stuart going for Tottenham. That's like, I don't think I've ever heard him tip Tottenham up.
Oh, that can't be right.
All right.
I'll go Tottenham. If Stuart's going Tottenham, I'm going Tottenham.
Yeah, but he was right on the Aston Villa game, wasn't he? So.
That keeps being brought up.
Yeah.
The one time I go against
you were good on that one when you went against your team. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Seriously though, I think they might struggle to break Southampton down personally. They couldn't break, but if Southampton are on it, then I think Tottenham might just struggle to break them down like they did Burnley. You're not quite sure which Tottenham turns up at the moment, are you? So it's very difficult to gauge.
Yeah, I'm with Southampton.
Southampton need the points because they want to go for that 6th place. So,
yeah,
they're going to have to push forward a little bit, which is going to give a little bit of space at the back for Tottenham. So, there'll be chances.
Yeah, and they've been erratic, haven't they, Southampton? So you can never tell which Southampton side turns up either.
Exactly. Well, next we've got Burnley versus Leicester City. It is the battle of the bottom tier. Both teams face relegation. Close odds on the over or under market. We'll start with you, Jason. Over or under 2.5 goals?
I'm going to go over. It's very, very close, but I'm going on the basis that a draw suits neither side here. So one of these sides is going to go for the win. I can see it going, 2-1 either way here. So, but I think it's going to go over. Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see both teams sort of battle for those 3 points?
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's a 6-point game. This, isn't it? Really, it's really, really tough match at the bottom of the table this time of the year.
Yeah, Stuart, what are you going for? Over or under 2.5 goals?
Well, the stats indicate this game is likely to finish under 2.5, but if you look at recent form, well, certainly Leicester's recent form, and also Leicester's run-in at the end of the Championship last season, this side knows how to score goals when they're backed, it's up against the wall. So I think it's going to go over 2.5. I think we're going to see a slight different change in tack from Burnley, and I think they'll actually go for it and try and score something. So over 2.5 for me.
Over 2.5. Lee Phelps, what are you going for?
Yeah, I hate to be boring, but exactly what the guys. I can't add anything more to the guys. It's a must-win, isn't it? Like Jason said, I think a draw is worthless really for either team. Both will want to win it. I think Leicester might go for it a bit more, which will open the game up. So yeah, I think it could be like a 2-2 this or something like that. It could be really entertaining, not for them, but for us.
I think so. I think it's going to be a really entertaining match, actually, and I'm going for the over. I think both teams really need those 3 points, and the over, those slightly longer odds, 2, and the under 1.8 there. All those odds that I'm quoting are through Bet365. Next, we've got Crystal Palace versus Hull City. I think this could go. Could go either way, but the odds certainly point to one of the overs or the unders. Jason, what are you going for?
This is actually, looking at the numbers when I crunch them, this is one of the strongest sort of selections of the week, and it's pointing to an under for me. It's quite a strong under. 8 out of 9 matches that they've played against each other have been under. It must just be their style of play, because when they play against each other, they don't tend to score, so I'm going under.
All right, you're going under. Lee Phelps, what are you going for?
I've got overs down here. I think there needs to be a reaction from the home team here, and the problem is that the away team, they just don't score goals. We're 12 goals in their away from home this season, full stop. Everything screams unders, but I'm going to go overs, because I think if Palace do score, then Hull have to. Again, they're in the same situation as Leicester and Burnley. They must win this game. It's no good drawing now. We're getting towards the end of the season, so I think the home team will score, and I think that will drag the away team out of it. So whether that means they score or they leave more spaces at the back, but either way, I'll go overs. Not massively confident, but overs.
Yeah, I'm just not sure whether Hull can score. Stuart, what are you going for?
Well, much like Lee, I think we're going to see a bit of a reaction, and I think we're going to see something different than we've seen in matches between these two in the past. Jason said 8 out of 9, but if you look back, it's actually 3 of the last 15 games have gone over 2.5 goals between these two sides. So you wouldn't really expect it to go over. But I'm saying over because I'm expecting it to be a little bit out there. So over 2.5 for me.
Right, I'm going to stick with the under. I think. I think it could be 2 or 3 goals to Crystal Palace, and I'm just not sure what they're going to bring to the table. But I'm going to play it. I don't know. I'm going to go with the bookies, and that's the under, and that's priced 1.6 there. The over, you can get odds of 2.25. Bet365. Next, we've got Newcastle versus Swansea. Newcastle are in very poor form. 6 consecutive losses. Can they turn their losing streak around? That will remain to be seen. Over or under, Stuart?
I'm going for over. Newcastle are a shambles at the back, and I don't think Swansea's season is over just yet. They want to get enough points to have their best ever Premiership season. And when a team opens up in their play, then Swansea can actually get some goals. You look at the Tottenham, the Hull, and the Man United games as evidence of that. And also, Swansea have only failed to score in 7 games so far this season. I think they'll get probably 3 on their own in this one, so I'm going for over 2.5.
Over 2.5. Lee, what are you going for?
Yeah, I think Stuart and I have been exactly the same, everyone. I agree. I think I watched that Newcastle-Tottenham game last week, and when Newcastle have these spells of 15 minutes when they look all right, that's about the best you can say for them. I mean, Spurs, it was just like, do what you want. Come in our half and pass it around as much as you like, because we won't touch you. And Swansea, we know what Swansea like. That's like, food and drink to Swansea, isn't it? So I think they'll pass Newcastle to death, and I think they might score 2. I think Newcastle could score 1. Swansea might even score 3. I think Newcastle are in free fall at the minute, so over 2.5.
Over 2.5. So do you think they're looking at another loss then this weekend?
Yeah, I think a friend of mine backed them at 150 to 1 to be relegated about 2 weeks ago. That price was slashed in half by last week. I haven't checked it this week actually, but 35 points. I mean, if they don't pick up another point, they'll go close.
All right, Jason, what are you going for? Are you agreeing there?
No, I'm going against the guys here. I'm going under. Basically because both these sides are so erratic. You don't know what's gonna turn up, so it could go either way. But on the balance of things, just looking at recent 4 matches, obviously it depends on how tactically they play against each other. But just for the fact that they're so erratic, I'm going to go under.
You're going to go under. I think I'm going to go over. I think I agree. Newcastle is in a bit of a free fall. I think we're going to see goals from either side, looking probably like a 2-1, 2-2, something like that. But probably more a Swansea win, I think. But it's the under there that has the lower odds, 1.65, and the over is 2.2. So not bad odds there. Next we move to QPR versus West Ham. QPR do need these 3 points. They need to avoid relegation, but they asked the slight favourites to win this match, which I thought was quite surprising. But what are you going for, Jason?
I'm going over. Last matches that QPR have been, 7 out of 8 have been overs. West Ham, 5 out of 8 have been overs. It's close, it's close again, but I'm going to go over.
You're going to go over. Stuart, what are you going for?
Yeah, I'm going for over as well. I can see both sides getting a goal in this one. It would just take one more to get us over that 2.5 mark. QPR only kept 5 clean sheets this season, and West Ham have only kept 7, so neither side's brilliant defensively, are they? So I'm going for over 2.5, and I'm expecting that one to come in.
All right, Lee?
Yeah, I'm going against the guys on this one. I'm going to go unders. QPR need to win this game, like we've said about the other teams, but I don't see where the goals are coming from for them at home. I mean, you look at their home form; it's obviously dreadful. Loss after loss after loss. They've scored 4 goals in 2015 at home. West Ham have scored 4 goals in their 7 away games in 2015. I think this will be a tense game. I think West Ham will try and get away with a point, and I think QPR might sneak it, but maybe only by a single goal. So I'll go unders on this one.
You're going unders. I'm going to go over on this one, pretty much for the same reasons that Stuart said as well, purely about sort of both teams' sort of poor defence. See a goal from either side. I can actually see a West Ham win. Is anybody agree with QPR to win?
Yeah, I can see it because they've been better since Ramsey took over, but I wouldn't put money on it.
No, all right. The over is 1.8 there, and the under is priced to their even money. Next, we've got Stoke City versus Sunderland. Lee, what are you going for?
I'm going to go overs. I think Stoke are starting to play with a bit of freedom. I think obviously the season's pretty much over. They're just playing for a higher place now. But they just seem to be playing like a nice brand of football. Scored a couple of goals, of course, last weekend. If they score early or score at all, Sunderland have to chase the game. We're getting to that stage of the season where even though they haven't got goals, they have to chase it. And again, that either means they can get a goal or they can leave themselves susceptible at the back. So I'll go over 2.5 here just because Stoke seem to be enjoying the football.
All right, then go for the over 2.5. Jason Mills.
2 seconds, you caught me on the hop there. Yeah, no, I'm going unders. I can see Stoke winning this. Sunderland are on sort of dire form at the minute, aren't they? But I think Sunderland are going to really try because they're in trouble now. They need points, don't they? So I think they're going to try and tighten up their own shop and try and score. Sort of restricts to go scoring. So I think it's going to be. I think Stoke will still win this, but it's not going to be an easy win. So I'm going to go under.
Yeah, Stoke are the favourites, but obviously last meeting ended 3-1 to Sunderland, so there is value on the Stoke to win market, but tricky one to play. I think I'm going to go for the over 2.5 goals. I can see the Stoke win, both teams to score there. I think that looks like a good bet. Did I miss somebody on this one?
Yeah.
Stuart,
I wonder when you get around to it. Well, I haven't had a look at the head-to-heads on this one. I have to say the unders look pretty good. When the game's played at the Britannia Stadium, only once in the last 6 times has a Stoke versus Sunderland game gone over 2.5 goals. Now you look at Stoke's on-target percentages, and they've got one of the worst in the entire league, and their overall percentage isn't exactly pretty either. I think this one's going to be a tight game, so I'm going for under 2.5.
Under 2.5, okay, yep, that's 1.65 there. The over's 2.2. West Brom versus Liverpool. Liverpool are predicted to win this match, bounce back from their FA Cup loss to Aston Villa. Question is how many goals? Stuart?
Well, if you look at the results that Liverpool have had against teams at about this kind of level, then they seem to be happy to get a 1-0 or a 2-0 win. They don't really go for much more than that. It's games where they're playing a team that's higher up the league where you seem to get more goals. So I'm going to go for under 2.5 and probably expecting a 2-0 win as well.
Right, so you don't expect West Brom to score in this one?
They can. They've got the players to do it, but I think Liverpool are going to want to try and keep it tight at the back because they've been a bit embarrassed recently.
Yeah, that's right. Lee, what are you going for?
I'm going over 2.5, but this could be anything. I was really surprised by West Brom's result last week. I was even more surprised by Liverpool losing the cup semi-final, to be honest. So anything could happen. I'm going to go over 2.5. I just think it'll be quite an open game. Neither team has got much to play for. Obviously, I know Liverpool are chasing Europa League football, but wow. So I think it'll be quite an open game. I think Berahino could get a goal as well here. So overs.
Are you going for the over? Jason, are you going for the over or the under?
I'm going for the overs, but only just. This is the closest match of the week, according to the figures that I keep. It's so close. I mean, it could go either way. I've just leant towards the over because, when you look at different stats like I do, they're so, they're so seesaw. It can go one way or the other, so it's really hard to predict. But just going over on, because 4 out of 6 of the last times I've played, against each other, that's been over. So just edging towards the over.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this match could go either way. It's a very tough one, and probably if we weren't playing the over-under show, it's probably a bet that you'd avoid and look for another market instead for this match. But I'm going to go for the over. I think the over 2.5 goals. I think we're going to see a goal from West Brom, and hopefully Liverpool win. They do need to win this. So over is 1.95 there, and the under is 1.85. Final of Saturday's matches is Manchester City versus Aston Villa. Manchester City are big favourites here to win, but I think the Villains could put up a fight. Obviously, they beat Liverpool there 2-1. I don't think they're going to be an easy fight. Jason, over or under 2.5 goals?
I've got a strong over on this one. I can see Man City trying to get back to winning ways and trying to, show that they are still a capable side. And Aston Villa have been scoring and conceding, which is, perfect for an overs. If they can concede and score as well, then it's going to go over. I can't see it being any other than that.
Yeah, well, I tell you, the odds are really pointing to the over. But let's see, Lee, what are you going for, over or under?
Yeah, I'm going to go overs as well. I think the way Aston Villa beat Liverpool was by getting behind their midfield and getting in between the midfield and defence. Obviously, Benteke's found his form. He's great at holding the ball up. If ever a team is made for that tactic, it's Man City. Yaya Toure looks like he's only got one gear at the moment. He has to do a 3-point turn to actually turn around, doesn't he, at the moment? So they don't like tracking back, Man City. So I think Villa could get a goal. Still think City will win, but it could be quite a high score of this. I mean, City won last week, but if you watch that game, they were careless in that last 15-20 minutes, all complacent, one of the two, and they could have easily conceded there. So I think Villa, the way they're playing, will go for this. Sherwood keeps saying that they're not a defensive team, that they're a counter-attacking team. So I think they'll let City come onto them, hit them on the break. I'm seeing maybe a 2-1 or a 3-1 to City, so overs.
Yeah, I agree. Stuart, what are you going for?
Yeah, I don't mean to be boring, but the overs is really something you can't ignore in this one. Villa are much more committed to attack since Sherwood took over, and I can see them getting a goal, but I can also see Manchester City winning. So, do the maths. Yeah, that works out to over 2.5 for me. Head-to-head just about backs me up as well, especially when City are playing at home, but I can't see it finishing under.
No, I'm going for the over as well. And I tell you, the over is 1.5 there, the under is 2.5, and I haven't got the odds to hand, but if you do like the combination bets there, Manchester City and both teams to score is pretty good odds. But yeah, I'm going for the over. And I think there's a good reason why those odds are so low as well of 1.5. Okay, next Sunday's matches. We start off with Everton versus Manchester United. Manchester United are favoured to win. They're currently in a points battle. They need to win this, and they've actually got good odds from the winners market. Jason, over or under?
I'm going to go under in this one, quite a strong under as well. It's looking like a low-scoring match to me. 6 out of the 8 last times they've met against each other have been under. Last 3 matches Everton have been under. I just can't see there being many goals in this one. So under.
Yeah, under. Okay, Lee, over or under?
Under as well. Everton have conceded 18 goals at Goodison Park this season in total. 11 of them came in the first 3 games, so they've conceded 7 in 13 at home, which, they haven't been winning them. We know that there's lots of draws in there. United haven't been blistering on the road either. Scored 19 goals away from home this season in 14 games, I think it is, away from home. So unders, draw on unders.
Ooh, draw and unders. Okay, Stuart, what are you going for?
Well, this one was a tough one. I think it's very, very difficult to come up with an over or an under for me. But 4 out of 6 of Man United's recent games have gone over 2.5 goals, and their form seems to have generally improved since Mata, Herrera, and Fellaini were all reintroduced to the side. Everton, they've actually got a lot more solid defensively, and only 3 of their last 15 league games have gone over 2.5 goals. I think if Michael Carrick was playing this one, he could miss out. He might be injured. I think if he misses one, I think I'd be happier with my prediction of over 2.5. But I'm going to risk it anyway. So over 2.5.
Yeah, I'm on the fence, and I'm just going to say over 2.5 here. Over 2.5 goals. I'm not sure if Manchester United can keep Everton from scoring, and I'm going for a Manchester United win. So do the math.
Natalie, have you actually gone for an under 2.5 in a Manchester United game this season? I don't think you have.
Have I not? I just expect goals. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see lots of goals. In fact, actually, though, I did go. I believe I went for the under for Chelsea versus Manchester United.
Well done.
Because I didn't see Manchester United scoring. I was hoping for a 1-1 actually, if I could be fair, but that was still under. So I went for the under on that one. So I'm going for the over on this one, 2.05. And then finally, Arsenal versus Chelsea, the highlight of the weekend. Over or under 2.5 goals. This is either going to be a goal bonanza or it's going to probably see no goals. I don't know. Stuart, what are you going for?
You called this the highlight of the weekend. I think this could be horribly drab and boring.
Really?
Chelsea, this is the kind of game they love. Jose Mourinho, I don't think he's ever lost to Arsene Wenger in League or Cup, and that's going to be a record he wants to keep going. Arsenal got just the 1 goal against Burnley last time they played in the league, and they didn't exactly shine against Reading, did they? I think this is tailor-made for Chelsea. It's going to be tight, it's going to be edgy, and neither side is going to want to lose. So I'm going to go for under 2.5.
Yeah. What are you going for, Lee?
Yeah, the same. Yeah, and Stuart's right. 12 times he's tried to beat Mourinho, and 12 times he's failed. I think it's 5 draws and 7 losses. Mourinho loves this. Even though they don't need to win the game, they don't even need to draw the game. They've won the league. It's done. 10 points gap. You've got to wonder. The problem for me in this game is trying to second guess what Wenger will do. Is he more intent on finishing second, or is he more intent on still having some kind of crazy idea that they can catch Chelsea? You'd think it'd be the former. He's an intelligent kind of guy, so I think they might go for the draw and take the point away and be done with that, get that game out of the way and move on. If they go for it, then that would be really interesting, because I think Chelsea might react. I think we could have a great game, but I tend to think that Stuart's right, and we'll see what Chelsea did, what they did to Man U, which is sit in, we'll wait for you to make a mistake, and then we'll use one of our brilliant players, they'll capitalise on it, and then try and break us down, and you'll fail. That's what they'll do. So, yeah, unders for me.
Yeah, this is a must-win match though for Arsenal, isn't it? Manchester United just a point. We could see Manchester United claim second spot this, after the weekend. So it'll be interesting to see sort of how they bear that in mind when coming on the pitch. But I think this just has underwritten all over it. But interesting, though, because I previewed this with Alex from Boom Betting Agency. He said, call me crazy, to which I did. He said, I'm going for both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals. I was like, you're expecting a lot more open match than I'm expecting. But Jason, where do you lean on this one?
I'm agreeing with Alex there. I think he's got it spot on.
I'm totally crazy too.
Yeah, that's it. Now, as much as I respect Stu's opinion there, I'm going totally opposite to what he's just said. No, I think this is going to be a classic. I think the Arsenal are going to try, like you said, with Manchester United for second spot. I think it's going to be an open match. I mean, if you look at the heads-to-heads, there've been some really drab 0-0 draws, so I can see where Stu and Lee are coming from. But there's also been a 6-0 win to Chelsea, and there's also been a 3-5 classic, with Arsenal winning. So, I think it's going to be an open match, and I can see there being goals, so I'm going to go over.
Okay, well, if it does come in, this might lead you, because I'm going to go for the under as well. That's like 1.7 there. The over is 2.1. I think that Chelsea's going to do. I think Chelsea's going to do what they did to Manchester United. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't predict a winner for this match. I think we could see a goal from either side or a 1-1 draw. Personally, so is anybody else playing the winners market?
Yeah,
Are they confident?
I'm all over the draw. I thought
You're going for the draw.
The draw last week in the Chelsea Manchester United game, and obviously didn't get it. But I think I'm going to go with that again. I think the draw under 2.5. Look, I'm not saying what Jason. It's funny because I've written an article on this match, and what Jason's saying was, as I was writing it, I had Jason's bet in my mind. And as I wrote it more and more, I thought, nah, Chelsea will get their own way. And by the end of the article, I've changed my mind completely, and I'm going like unders with a draw. I hope he's right, though. I hope it is a classic.
Yeah, no, me too. Me too.
I think this can be a tough one. I think Chelsea are going to get that 1-0 win that they want. The only thing is I feel it's a little bit unfortunate they can't win the league at the Emirates. I think that'd be great. But never mind. Oh, by the way, I love Jason's, as much as I respect Stuart, that's a bit of office coping. He's rubbish, isn't it?
Euphemism.
I let that go.
All right, guys. Well, listen, that wraps things up for this week's Over Under show. Stuart, I'm going to hope that you're going to take all the scores down for us, and then tell us who wins next week. You've got them all down.
Yeah, Jason looks like the winner so far. He's got the lowest odds of all of us. So
that was his tactic this week, then, was it?
Yeah.
Just go with the bookies.
Yes,
Lee's got the longest, so he's going to have a few come in for him if he wants to pick up a win.
It's on.
All right, guys. Listen, have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you next week. And Lee, I'll see you for some bet battle right now.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Getting ready to lose again. All right, bye, guys.
Cheers. Bye.